WolfMTG here, and today's quick brew, we have a standard mill deck. It's mono blue, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but I had Fleet Swallower played against me, and I thought I'd try something out. So for lands, we have a total of 26. We've got 4 copies of our Anoop Riverlet for the pay-to-tap Sack of Desert. You get to put the top 4 cards into the graveyard. I don't know if this is actually going to work, but I threw them in there because of that. And then the rest of our lands are islands. Look at them. Excellent islands. So, for our instant spells, we have Censor it's more of a control-ish route that we're going. Also, we can cycle this and draw a card if needed. We have Opt, Scrying, drawing a card, 1 blue mana, seems really good. And we also have Winds of Rebuke to help us get to that late game and return stuff to their hand, and then, more importantly, put 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. That kind of helps our plan a little bit. So creatures, we have our 4 full copies of Fleet Swallower because we want this card. We want this fish to eat all the cards in their deck. And yeah, it's huge, big, and putting the top half of their library rounded up to the graveyard is good for a mill deck. It's what you want to do, exactly. We also have Sailor Means, help us kind of ramp a little bit. Also, it's a pretty decent blocker as a 1/4, and we get that sacrifice token, artifact treasure token, as well when they enter the battlefield. We have 2 copies of Brawl in here, making things cost less, and the possibility of drawing and discarding a card, so looting. More importantly, though, it's a good body to throw in front of things. I felt this needed some more beginning games so we could get to the late game and we could get to the Fleet Swallower, and so that's really what he's in here for. So our enchantments, we have Navigator's Ruin. It's only triggered with raid, but the important part is it's a mill engine. So if we can get that raid being triggered, we can start putting, top 4 cards in the library and start milling our opponents just a little bit. But the really important card is Fraying Sanity. That's 3 mana, it's a curse, and at the beginning of each instep, they have to put the top X cards of their library into the graveyard, where X is the number of cards put into that graveyard from anywhere this turn. So swing with Fleet Swallower, they have to mill half their library, and then Fraying Sanity, they mill the other half of their library, and they're dead. That's the goal, that's what we're hoping to do. I'm not sure that that'll happen a lot, but hey, it's a good thought. Hopefully, eventually, some point, I'll get to do that. It'll be great. Alright, final card in this deck is Compelling Argument. Having to target player put the top 5 cards into mill 5, basically, and we can cycle if we don't need it. It could potentially be 1 blue mana if we have Brawl out, that's cool. So, yes. And then there's some sideboard cards I have in mind, but really the goal is to get out our Fraying Sanity and our Fleet Swallower, swing, and have them mill their whole library left. That is the goal. So let me know what you are thinking of this brew in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe for more.